Thank you for your interest in the Institute for Credible Leadership Development. The Institute for Credible Leadership Development is your 21st century law enforcement development partner. This presentation is packed with information because leadership isn't simple. We have made every effort to distill credible leadership research and practice as briefly as we can in order to comply with Einstein's admonition to make everything as simple as possible, but not simpler. If during this presentation you feel like you're trying to drink water from a fire hose, don't be concerned. At the end, we will give you a takeaway summary and provide next steps so you can learn more about how to move forward with credible leadership and how to get answers to all of your questions. In our research with agency leaders, we have found their greatest concerns to be legal and financial liabilities, public complaints, their agency's legitimacy, enhancing the public trust, reducing internal investigations, reducing costs for leadership training, accessibility of leadership training, preparing people for leadership positions before they promote, addressing low-performing employees more effectively, and building higher-performing teams and organizations for positive community impact. The Institute for Credible Leadership Development accommodates the need for leadership development from the front line to middle management to executive leadership. Good leadership skills are essential for justice to be served for all members of the community. These must be learned and applied so that officers can behave according to those standards. The Institute curriculum offers training from the moment a man or woman takes the oath of office. This curriculum is based on a behavioral science approach to leading people, groups, change, and organizations, all the while focusing on the concept of every officer is a leader. According to executives who are currently implementing credible leadership, the following results have been confirmed: improved customer service, reduction of citizen complaints, increased citizen satisfaction, greater employee satisfaction, increases in employee self-awareness, greater understanding of the importance of culture and diversity, increased employee retention, greater professionalism, emerging team building skills, development of character building skills, emergence of automatic accountability, and an overall improvement of leadership skills. These results were achieved by these executives through adoption of credible leadership. The Institute's vision for credible leadership is twofold. One, the professionalization of ethical leadership in justice and public safety organizations from hire to retire. Two, that these professional leaders will build a credible leadership organization that sets up and upholds the new standards for 21st century policing. This comprehensive 5-phase curriculum, tailored for the law enforcement officer and professional staff, is offered online in a learning management system that features some of the finest subject matter experts in the industry. With credible leadership, we don't take the warrior out of the officer. Rather, we develop the heart and the intellect of the guardian and servant leader. In the 21st century, we must teach both attributes equally. Today, we cannot afford to have one without the other. All of the credible leadership courses are designed to promote ethical decision-making, emotional intelligence, organizational thought, moral courage, and community and interagency engagement. Credible leadership clearly supports the need for balance between human relations and tactical operations. There are 3 levels of engagement with credible leadership. 1. You can adopt an online training program with multiple phases that includes new breakthrough leadership knowledge and leadership skills content. 2. You can certify your employees so that they gain recognition for the attainment of knowledge and skills to develop other leaders, teams, the organization, and the community. 3. You can become a 21st century organization that moves from operating with a command and control philosophy to becoming a leadership and learning organization that fosters a culture of collaboration, consultation, and continuous improvement to generate solutions in the organization and with the community. You can refer to Chapter 1 of Every Officer is a Leader by Dr. Terry Anderson for more information about this powerful organizational transformation. This kind of an organization is led by credible leaders and by design multiplies new credible leaders. This third option is initially led by an Academy certified consultant who equips and certifies your internal leaders to carry on the process so that the external consultant is no longer necessary. Let me tell you a little more about what Credible Leadership offers. The training modules are delivered 24/7 in a high-resolution, interactive, video-based format. We also provide moral compass and deliberate leadership workshops, on-site consulting, executive coaching, and an international certification system that has rigorous standards that carefully avoid overkill and red tape. The Credible Leadership curriculum can be made to fit the needs of each agency. The curriculum contains 5 phases. The first 3 phases of the program are Foundations and Principles, Theories and Practices, and Application and Advancement. These are cognitively based and designed to provide personnel with deeper levels of understanding regarding ethics, emotional intelligence, and leadership. Columbia Southern University has granted transfer credits for phases 1 and 2, and the Academy is seeking university transfer credits with other institutions and for phases 3 and 4. The fourth phase, Competency and Mastery, is based on transforming leadership theory introduced by Dr. Terry Anderson in the book Every Officer is a Leader. In this phase, participants are introduced to and practice 5 clusters of transforming leadership skills. Phase 5, Command College, is presented by a range of executive-level leaders from the justice and public safety system who educate and prepare those who seek promotions to the managerial and executive ranks. The Field Command course, presented by Commander Sid Heal, is offered to any officer of any rank because sometimes acting sergeants and even patrol officers have to deal with serious incidents that unexpectedly emerge. Online learning can also be developed and delivered in a blended learning format where most of the instruction is still online, but participants meet together to internalize their learning and practice new skills in a team-based environment. This can be done at the beginning, middle, or end of a course. All courses are developed and delivered by reputable and knowledgeable professionals with credentials and experience in law enforcement, corrections, human resources, social sciences, the military, or academia. The curriculum is interactive, self-paced, and engaging. With customization, we can create your own academy that reflects your academy's own core values, mission, and vision. Over 80 agencies have opted for this customization feature. In addition to providing courses, the Academy's Criminal Justice Commission for Credible Leadership Development offers certification for all ranks, employees, and organizations. Officers can be certified in phases 1, 2, and 3 by completing an online certification process. Phases 4 and 5 require face-to-face training and certification after the online coursework is completed. The certification process in phases 4 and 5 verifies competence and validates that each leader actually has what it takes to lead and manage effectively. As a result, leaders become more effective in developing community partnerships and crime reduction innovations. They will cause fewer interpersonal problems and reduce legal and financial liabilities. The 4-star credible leaders will have demonstrated that they are capable of 1. Coaching other employees to develop specific leadership skills, 2. Facilitating a blended learning version of any phase, 3. Being a champion for positive change within their agency and community. Also note that points towards certification will be granted for previous formal education and training. Instructors who are already certified to deliver training will have this competency recognized in the Credible Leadership certification process. The highest level is 5-star certification. This validates that executives are equipped with the advanced credible leadership and managerial competencies they need to perform well at the managerial and executive levels. Your organization can also be certified. The Credible Leadership Organization certification verifies that you are actively implementing best practices that are known to increase team and organizational effectiveness and performance. Certification will have a positive impact on the organization and the community. This certification is a fast track to what Dr. Terry Anderson highly recommends, becoming a leadership and learning organization. This is also recommended by Sheriff Chris Houston in Greene County, Georgia, in a recent article that was published in the May-June 2015 issue of the National Sheriff's Association magazine. See page 29. But why do public safety organizations need more leadership development and a certification system? Typical public safety training focuses on the science of management or tactical operations, not on the skill sets of leadership. Management is effective when allocating human resources, purchasing patrol cars, or optimizing the effectiveness of shift schedules. But the downside of most management training is that it does not equip officers to be team or organizational leaders. Until now, no certification in leadership has existed that we know of for law enforcement. For good reason, nearly every other profession has a certification process in place. Brain surgeons, nurses, dentists, accountants, business professionals, even plumbers and electricians have to demonstrate mastery before we certify them to practice their professions. Public safety leaders around the world have recognized this need too. So why would we send public safety officers into our streets, jails, and border crossings and ask them to lead teams of officers who are carrying guns without adequate leadership training? When certified, credible leaders learn ethical decision-making principles and leadership skills early in their careers, we can expect justice to be better served with much higher levels of empathy and integrity, while they simultaneously maintain their ability to act in the role of a warrior. Hogan's research reveals that more than half of all leaders derail in some serious way or become toxic. Therefore, we must take leadership and management selection and development seriously. Is it any wonder that we have public complaints and liability lawsuits about the behavior of some of our officers? The officers themselves are often held responsible and pay the personal and professional price for their actions, and their agencies often take the brunt of the financial consequences. In the final analysis, we pay for the lawsuits and settlements with our tax dollars. Ensuring public trust is an essential component of developing credible leadership skills and abilities early in an officer's career. Acting supervisors are often given leadership responsibilities before they have had any leadership training. This raises a disturbing question. Why is leadership responsibility given without requiring that competence first be demonstrated? The answer is that until now we haven't known how to verify that leaders are or are not competent. Not that this is really anyone's fault. The knowledge about how to build and develop effective leaders has been unclear. We have not had agreement about what tasks leaders have to perform and what knowledge and skills they need to develop in order to perform those tasks. This has resulted in a lot of confusion about what to expect of one another as leaders. As a result, promotions are often based on relationships, reputation, or surviving the political culture of the year, rather than upon demonstrated competence as a leader. In fact, some leaders want to avoid any standards because they may be incompetent. Clear standards would have the effect of holding them accountable for their leadership performance. Some leaders have been pretenders and play the promotional or political game, but haven't really been competent or caring. They have caused serious problems in the workplace and the community. Some of them even make headlines in the news. In two major breakthrough studies by Dr. Terry Anderson and Dr. Daryl Plakas at San Diego Police and Vancouver Police, and other studies by their graduate students, over 6,000 justice and public safety leaders have agreed upon what the tasks and responsibilities are for competent leadership. These and other studies have corroborated this virtually undisputed list of 40 tasks and responsibilities of effective leaders. Officers can request 360-degree feedback based on this short list of 40 tasks because everyone we've surveyed understands and agrees that this is a clear and fair way to assess leadership performance. Further research in the business, counseling, coaching, and social work literature revealed 5 skill clusters, a total of 60 skills, that when practiced increase leadership performance of the tasks and responsibilities of effective leaders. Practical skills need to be powered by deep understanding and closely held values if our policing agencies are going to serve our communities well. Credible leadership has been researched and designed to meet the requirement. Imagine if every leader were equipped and competent in the skills of self-management, interpersonal relationships, counseling and coaching, mentoring, root cause problem solving and decision making, team leadership, and organizational development. Further to our research, Jim Kouzes and Barry Posner have validated what are the 5 practices and 10 commitments of exemplary leaders in their seminal work, The Leadership Challenge. Jim Kouzes has reviewed and endorsed our book, Every Officer is a Leader, upon which a core element of credible leadership is based. The global research on the validity of their model is well established. Course participants learn more about Kouzes and Posner's important leadership insights in Phase 4 of Credible Leadership. Thanks to Deputy Chief retired Mark Perez and his team at the Los Angeles Police Department, and Dr. Mitch Javidi, President of the International Academy of Public Safety, we've taken what has been effective in the field and made it globally available online. 15 officers at the Los Angeles Police Department were certified as 4-star credible leaders, and they are now carrying credible leadership forward in their organization. They are functioning as a continuous improvement team with Chief Beck's approval and can certify others in their organization. So you can see our mission is to equip as early in their careers as possible law enforcement officers and professional staff with the leadership knowledge and skills that they need to become competent leaders. This is also the mission of the early adopters of credible leadership. Sheriff Newell Norman adopted the program for the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office in 2010. Over 890 of 1,300 personnel have each trained for over 120 hours with the Institute for Credible Leadership material. Currently, 300 plus are considered 1-star certified credible leaders. Sheriff Adrian Garcia of Harris County Sheriff's Office, Texas, the 3rd largest county in the country, with over 4,500 personnel, adopted the program in 2012, and so far over 900 officers have each completed 120 hours of credible leadership training. The Department of Corrections in the state of Louisiana has adopted credible leadership. The Highway Patrol in Arkansas, North Carolina, and South Dakota have adopted credible leadership. Credible leadership is not a course that ends. It is a lifelong leadership learning process that gets launched. Taking your personnel through the 5 levels of certification prepares your organization to become a certified credible leadership organization. As soon as one person is certified in Phase 1, the organization begins its journey as a credible leadership organization in process. A fast track is also available. By certifying a team of 10 to 15 leaders, you can launch your own continuous improvement team. This will make credible leadership self-sustaining in your agency, and your own leaders can lead the certification process forward. 87 agencies have their own custom-designed academies. So far, 21,017 have enrolled, 14,011 have completed Phases 1 and 2, 687 have been certified as a 1-star credible leader, and 4.2 million plus hours of online learning have been successfully completed. And credible leadership has received an A+ grade as rated by course participants. Feedback received from 8,312 participants about the phases of learning is that over 95% agree that the online courses are easy to use, have quality instructors, have well-organized and valuable content, are satisfied with credible leadership, and recommend credible leadership to others. The Criminal Justice Commission for Credible Leadership Development provides the opportunity for organizations to build a sustainable leadership development culture. Individuals who progress through the ranks of certified credible leaders instill leadership confidence within their organization and greater trust in the community, leading their agency to be recognized as a credible leadership organization. Beginning your journey as a credible leader or as a credible leadership organization can occur in 5 different ways. 1. Engage in a certification agreement with the International Academy of Public Safety so that a certified credible leadership consultant can work with you to ensure success throughout the journey, which can take from 2 to 3 years. 2. Work with a certified consultant who can help you analyze your current training to determine where the modules best fit into your entire training offerings. 3. Build a continuous improvement team by having a certified consultant certify 10 to 15 of your best leaders to lead the organization-wide process and take leadership responsibility for continuous improvement. 4. Encourage or require employees to enroll in 1 or more phases as they have the need or as their supervisors coach them to do so. Or 5. Encourage or require employees to certify until enough become eligible to become certified credible leadership coaches, blended learning facilitators, and organizational improvement agents. and they will be able to lead continuous improvement. You can get started by contacting the Academy directly or by talking with a certified credible leadership consultant if you have the contact information for one of them. We recommend that your command staff would meet and have a presentation by the Academy principal or a certified consultant. This will enable you to decide where you want to start your journey, with a simple online course enrollment, with a presentation for your command staff where questions get answered, or with a confidential meeting of just your senior executives to discuss how you want to proceed with becoming a credible leadership organization. Certification as a credible leadership organization requires executives in the organization to engage in a process that will immediately enhance the organization's performance and morale and lead it toward becoming a leadership and learning organization. For more information about how to proceed, see the contact information provided here. We look forward to talking with you.